Welcome to The Explainer. So let's think for a second about how we actually measure success in our daily work. When you finally log off at the end of the day, how do you really know you did a good job? Are you just tracking the sheer volume of stuff you made? Or are you tracking the actual, real world impact of that stuff? Well, today we're diving into some incredible source material from Product Talk to break down a massive, fundamental paradigm shift in how we think about product and business management. The core concept: outcomes over outputs. This is literally going to change how you look at your daily to-do list forever. So let's jump right in. I built this thing. Man, there is just an immense, deep satisfaction in being able to say that out loud, isn't there? I mean, we all absolutely love that feeling of checking a task off a list, dragging that ticket over to the done column, or finally pushing a project out the door that we've been grinding on for weeks. It feels like progress. It feels like we are absolutely crushing it at our jobs. But, what if I told you that relying purely on that warm, fuzzy feeling of completion is actually trapping us in a really restrictive status quo? Section 1. The Output Trap. Why focusing entirely on outputs is a pitfall. Okay, let's dive into this. It's so incredibly easy, especially in the fast-paced business world, to get completely swallowed up by the actual mechanics of just getting things out the door. You get so caught up in the rhythm of making stuff that you totally lose sight of why you were making it in the first place. So let's establish our baseline here. According to the source material, an output is simply the act of building a feature or shipping code. That's it. It's the tangible thing you created. The new software update, a finalized PDF report, a launched web page. It's a noun. It is literally just the digital or physical manifestation of your labor, and nothing more. Now, what's really interesting about this is that these familiar goals, shipping code, delivering features, hitting your roadmap, these are universally celebrated in the corporate world. Teams will literally throw pizza parties when they hit their roadmap. But fundamentally, as our source points out, these seemingly positive goals, they are essentially just mechanical outputs. They are a measure of your team's velocity and efficiency, which, hey, that's great for sure. But they are absolutely not a measure of your team's actual effectiveness or their true impact. Section 2. What are outcomes? A necessary shift. Let's pivot here. Look, if we want to build products and businesses that actually thrive and genuinely matter to people, we have to look past the launch date. The contrast here is pretty stark. Over on one side, you have your outputs, building things, shipping code, delivering features. It's super task-oriented. Honestly, it's a little robotic. But on the flip side, we have outcomes. This is about creating impact, creating real customer value, and driving business value. Outputs are just a log of exactly what you did, whereas outcomes are all about why it actually matters. This juxtaposition really highlights the expansive, customer-focused mindset we need to genuinely succeed today. To put a strict definition on it from our text, an outcome is the measure of what impact those outputs actually have. And embracing this, it requires a fundamental shift in how you view your everyday role. Your actual job is not just to deliver a set of outputs. Your job is to successfully deliver outcomes. The output is really just the vehicle you're using to try and get to that outcome. And, well, if the vehicle doesn't get you to the destination, it really doesn't matter how beautifully you built it, does it? Section 3. Then what happened? The key question. And this leads us to the absolute core of this entire concept. We ship software, and then what happened? I really want you to just sit with that for a second. We ship software, and then what happened? Our source points out that we absolutely have to move beyond just proudly announcing that we ship something. We have to start asking this stark, rhetorical question to force some deep reflection on the actual impact of our work. Like, did anyone even use the feature? Did it solve their problem? Or did it just sit there perfectly coded, doing absolutely nothing? Finding out then what happened. That is exactly what we need to be pushing toward. Let's move along and see how this builds into a very clear 3-step value chain. Step 1, you ship the software. Boom, there is your output. But true success absolutely requires the next steps. Step 2, what value did you create for your customer? Did that feature actually make their life easier? Did it make it better? And then finally, step 3, did creating that value for your customer happen in a way that created value for your business? Did it increase retention? Did it drive revenue? You really need all 3 of these steps connected together to actually claim a real victory. Section 4, a mindset with history, decades of philosophy. Now, if this all sounds like just the latest trendy buzzword that's going to fade away in 6 months, don't worry. Shifting to an outcome mindset definitely takes iteration to develop. It fundamentally changes how teams work together. So you can't just flip a switch overnight and expect everyone to instantly rewire their habits. It requires dedicated practice, a lot of constant iteration, and honestly, a ton of patience as you try to unlearn that deeply ingrained habit of just celebrating mere outputs. And this brilliantly illustrates that this seemingly modern paradigm shift is actually deeply rooted in foundational management philosophy. While focusing on outcomes feels super new today, especially because it's so tightly woven into modern OKRs, the concept actually dates way back to the 1960s with a legendary management consultant, Peter Drucker. From there, it was heavily highlighted in the Agile Manifesto in 2001, and it's carried all the way through to the frameworks we use right now. We are literally standing on the shoulders of giants here. It's a proven historical philosophy that has absolutely stood the test of time. So, as we wrap up our explainer today, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought. The next time you ship a feature, will you stop at the output or will you ask, then what happened? Challenge yourself, challenge your teammates. It is time to break free from the comfort of the output trap and start focusing your energy on the outcomes that truly matter to your customers and your business. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive. Keep learning, and hey, keep asking those tough questions.